Year. Good morning. Did you sleep after
Yes,
all that?
I sleep, yes.
Okay, you were able to decompress?
My voice isn't good, but I sleep.
Okay, we'll get through this fast. Today, we're talking about the Yankees. Brian Cashman addressing the media, and he said, and I have it right here, in terms of prying our guys away who are talented, I didn't feel it was worth it. I'd rather keep it and take a shot. Your reaction to the Yankees and their activity at the deadline?
Yeah, I mean, they had two issues. One is they were caught in the middle between buy and sell. The other issue is if they were going to buy, they wanted offense. And there really weren't good offensive pieces left that really fit them. Cody Bellinger was the perfect guy. The Cubs went on that 7-game winning streak. He came off the board, and really they didn't love any of their choices. So it came down to two things. Were they going to sell the guys with expiring contracts? And there were 4 of them: Bader, Kiner Falefa, Peralta, and Severino. They did take offers on them. But Brian Cashman's walking orders were, you could do it if you could save decent money or get good prospects back. And apparently he was unable to do that. He went the other way and looked to buy, and Dylan Carlson was the one guy left, offensive player with the Cardinals that fit, that was controllable, that would have been a good piece for them. They did offer prospects for Dylan Carlson. The Cardinals wanted to get a controllable starting pitcher back, and the Yankees just didn't have that guy to offer. So they were unable to do that. So they were caught in the middle like a lot of teams, but they were also the team looking for offense, which there really wasn't much out there.
Isn't it funny how perspective changes? I was watching the Yankee game last night, and they were talking about it like the sky is falling. You look at those standings, they're 3.5 games back of a wild card, and the Angels are just 3, and we talk about them as they're in the thick of a playoff chase.
Well, it's about expectations.
Because we live in New York. I understand that.
The Yankees have made the playoffs 21 out of 25 years. So to be in last place now and have the offense that they have, it's a little bit negative.
And maybe perhaps 1 or 2 moves wouldn't have changed the game for them. We sat here yesterday in these very seats and talked about Justin Verlander on the move, where he could go. How did he end up back in Houston, John?
Well, I think that was the place that he wanted to be. One of his teammates told me he had a short list of teams. It was Houston or Houston. I don't know if that's exactly true. I do think potentially he might have accepted Los Angeles. You can envision that he might like Los Angeles. He would have accepted them several years ago when he went to Houston originally, but this was his top choice. So, look, the Mets did get 2 good prospects back. It's tough to evaluate the trade because it's kind of an unusual trade where you give up either $35 million or $52.5 million, but they did get 2 prospects back for him, considering possibly he only would have accepted Houston. We do know that he liked New York very much. He made that clear. And so he wasn't going to accept a lot of teams. Houston fit. Obviously, he won 2 rings there. He loves Maldonado. The Cressy Institute is right there. He lives in Jupiter, spring training home in West Palm. So that was the real fit for him. He might have accepted L.A. I'm not sure he would have accepted anywhere else. So the Mets were in a tough spot. They did the best that they could, and I get what they did, but I don't think they had much choice.
I love his relationship with Maldonado. There's a lot of back and forth there. Were the talks with Los Angeles extensive? Because all we heard was Eduardo Rodriguez, and this deal, that Verlander deal, was done before the other got nixed. At least it appears to be.
Yeah, I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez, certainly they had a deal with the Dodgers. And there were 2 issues with Eduardo Rodriguez. One we know about was the no trade. He had no trade to 10 teams, mostly out west. And that is fine and dandy. That's great. The agent, Gene Motto, did a good job there to get him that 10-team no trade. His family is east. For family reasons, he did not want to go west. So that was issue number 1. The other issue, and the reason that he really never came off the board, is that opt-out, which was another good job by the agent. He had 3 years to go. He can opt out at the end of the year. But I think teams were concerned, what if he gets hurt? Then he's going to opt in, and we're going to owe him $49 million. We expect him to opt out and be a free agent, but the alternative is negative. So it's better to get a rental than to get a guy with an opt-out with 3 years to go. So I think there were 2 big issues in that contract, and that made it very difficult for Detroit to do the deal. So, I can understand why this happened. It's obviously not great for Detroit. It's not great for Los Angeles, but hey, it's in his contract. He's well within his rights, and there's nothing wrong with putting family first.
Yeah, of course, absolutely, at the forefront. But we were sitting here having a conversation about the price going up and up for Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that perhaps they waited too long and that the window was here? No.
Yeah, I think that was just chatter on TV.
Okay.
I don't know if the price was going up. He's a great pitcher, and I think we assume, he's the second best pitcher out there to Verlander, potential ace. There aren't that many pitchers. There are a lot of teams looking for pitching, but that contract weighed heavily. Having that opt-out or opt-in makes a big difference. Much better to be a rental if you're going to trade the guy.
John Heyman, thanks so much. With the very latest, Robert, take it away.
Yeah, you got it, Lauren. A little bit later, Dan O'Dowd is going to talk more about the Mets, more about Eduardo Rodriguez. But coming up here on this one off Carlos Rodon, and just like that, the Rays have a 2-0 lead. Later in the inning, Randy Arozarena in the midst of an 0 for 21. 4-0 Rays. A little bit later, Brandon Lau, friend of the program, he's starting to heat up. It started in Houston. It has continued in the Bronx.
I'm waiting for Brandon Lau to have a postseason for the ages because he has gone into tank the last couple times. It's got to flip.
Giancarlo Stanton strikes out to end it, and the Rays win 5-2. Zach Eflin, 6 shutout innings, allowing just 3 hits. Red Sox, Mariners, this was an exciting game. Christian Arroyo in the 4th inning. That is a ground rule double, 2-run score. Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. Alex Verdugo facing Bryce Miller. 2-run homer. It's 5-2 Boston. In the home half, Eugenio Suarez. Eugenio! His 15th. You see, Lauren, that's what the locals broadcast. They like to do that. Cuts the lead to 5-3, and then Reese McGuire. His first. Red Sox go on to win. Kenley Jansen got the save. Tristan Casas, 2 for 4.
I've been saying that for 20 years, Kenley Jansen.
Orioles, Blue Jays, 2nd inning. Orioles have a 3-0 lead. Danny Jansen off Kyle Bradish, his 15th. Cuts the lead to 3-2. Next inning, Brandon Belt.
Belt's been raking for years.
That ties
Did Gunnar
the
Henderson
game.
Get 2 total bases? I'm not sure.
Yes, he did.
Oopsie daisy.
He got him right here.
What does he look like in a uniform?
He looks like Achilles. I'm not kidding.
Astros up 4-3.
Look at the lower half.
Bases loaded, Anthony Santander. That's a grand slam.
You got to give credit where credit's due, Lauren.
The Orioles score at least 10 runs for the first time since July 9th. Blue Jays bullpen, 9 earned in 4 innings of work.
Guy's got a nice setup in the lower half. You got to, in baseball pants, you got to let him roll it.
Diamondbacks, Giants.
Always say, Robert.
Well, you love a nice setup of a lower half. That's what I always say. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Alec Thomas, 7th of the year, 2-0 Arizona on San Francisco. Ketel Marte. I'm grinding on the Extreme program and MLB The Show so I could get the Ketel Marte card. It's amazing.
No one understands
I know
what that means.
The people at Sony San Diego, they know. Brandon Crawford, 2-run homer, his 6th.
Ever since they took my voice off that, has that game gone downhill or no?
No, it's done pretty well.
Doing good?
Why is everyone wearing
Lamont Wade Jr.
It's December out there.
Ketel Marte,
Don't you know?
his 18th.
The water's murky.
Santa's coming.
Giants get the win, 4-3. All right, Reds, Cubs. This one got out of hand in a hurry. Cody Bellinger, he hit the scoreboard. Did he break it? Yes, he broke it.
Guys, he broke it.
You know what, Cody? That's coming out of your paycheck. Then Mike Tauchman, 3-run homer. It's 10-2. Dansby Swanson.
Dansby's got a good beard working.
Yes, he does. 2nd home run of the day for Dansby. Ryan Sandberg had a couple of knocks.
Who else?
Miguel Amaya, 3-run homer.
Giovanni Soto.
Mark DeRosa had a...
Yes, get a couple back in there. You broke my soul.
The Cubs